here we have the Calusari Vinul Verii, which means summer wine.
Summer
I
wine.
mean, excuse my pronunciation of Romanian, but yeah, summer wine, it says.
It's April. No,
yeah.
it's not April. Is it April? Oh, shit.
It might not be April when people are watching this.
Start again.
No, that's fine, it's fine. Right, so, look, Calusari, you know, this is what other people might know. We've stocked Umbrella, we've stocked the Solivari, same winemaker. Doesn't name a grape on here, just says Vinul Verii.
Yeah, that's right. Same wine maker that we always go to for fantastic quality Romanian wine. Cremel Racas, founded by Englishman Philip Cox and his wife Elvira, who's Romanian. Fantastic operation, doing great quality international varieties, which I'm sure you'll have already come across, your Sauvignons, your Pinot Noirs, etc. This is a blend. It's called Vinul Verii. They've put it together as a fantastic summer sipper. It's made of Riesling. It's made of French grape that turns up in all sorts of different wines as a blend that you don't need to worry about. And it's also made up of another Romanian grape that nobody needs to worry about. But it's a blend of all sorts of bits and bobs here. They're pulling together international favourites, French unknown, Romanian unknown, but really with just one aim, and that's to make a fantastic summer sipping wine. And wowzers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's racy, it's sharp. I mean, it's only 10.5% as well, so I think it's got that lightness to it that, you know when the sun's shining and you're sat there in the garden and the chat's flowing, it's quite easy to open that second bottle, which I think at a 10.5 is quite easy.
Why not?
This wine actually features in our cheese kit as well, our tasting kit. So, you know, what makes this wine like really good with that kind of food?
Yeah, so it's high acid. We're talking this will have been grown in the coldest parts of Romania, you know, to maintain the acidity in the white wine. That's why the alcohol's low as well, because yeast needs sugar to make alcohol, so it's kept it quite low. Kind of think like how Prosecco is grown in the most northern, snowy parts of Italy, and so the alcohol level is low because there's not enough sugar from the ripeness. But that acidity is fantastic for cheese. We tend to think, when we think about cheese, we tend to think of port or big, heavy red wines, but cheese is really high in acid. It's high in acid and high in salt, and so that pairs really nicely. The third thing that it's high in is fat, right? You know, cheeses is fatty. Digging into a cheese board, got a nice rich cheddar, maybe you've got some brie or whatever in there. It's not long before it's going to become claggy. Yeah, it's a claggy meal. So high acid to clean your palate, clean that fat out. These types of wines for me are actually more likely to be my go-to on a cheese board.
I mean, yeah, I can already straight away see why they've gone summer sipper, and I get why, you know, cheese is a good pair with it. But, you know, if I'm cooking a proper dinner, this is quite a light white. You know, what am I thinking? I'm probably thinking like pasta, white cheeses, those kind of things. Like, what am I eating this with?
Yeah, do you know what? This isn't necessarily what I would call a strictly food wine. I think the meals that we could pair this with are fairly few and far between. These guys have done a fantastic job, as they always do, of making a wine, particularly for this purpose, for sipping on the patio, 10.5%, get it super chilled, to bring the acidity down if it's a bit too harsh for you, get it super chilled, pour it liberally, enjoy. If you were going to have it with dinner, then yeah, you know, maybe a creamy pasta, maybe a mac and cheese, something like that, again, where the fat is high, and you need that acidity to sort of clean the palate and refresh you. But there's no doubt about it, this is summer vibes.
And we're talking, you know, you said about get it super chilled. We get asked all the time, ice in wine. Yes, no, what's best practice?
Whatever feels best for you at the end of the day. Listen, if you put 1 cube of ice in a large glass of wine, it is going to melt, it's going to dilute the wine, it's going to be a bit watery. Like it, knock yourself out, but that's not really for me. But if I'm going to put ice in a wine, I want loads in there, so I'm going to fill the glass, loads and loads of ice, just like they do with gin and tonics nowadays, loads and loads of ice in a big glass. Get the wine in there so the wine's super chilled, but the ice doesn't melt before you've got to the bottom of the glass. That's what you want to do.
More ice, less melt. Ice, ice, baby.
Cheers.